All right, number 4, another cone problem. Sand falls from a conveyor belt at a rate of 10 cubic feet per minute onto a conical pile. So 10 cubic feet per minute. Cubic feet, again, are a clue that it's going to be change in volume with respect to time. And it's getting larger, so it's going to be a positive rate. So we've got a cone here, radius and our height. It tells us that the radius of the base is always equal to half of the height. So it gives us this equation. Remember, the first time we did this, we had to set up our own proportion. Here, it's kind of giving it to us. How fast is the height growing when the pile is 5 feet high? So we want to find out change in height with respect to time when the height is 5. So we've dealt with these problems before. We know volume is 1/3 times pi r squared times height. We don't want that r in there because we don't know what dr dt is. So we're going to make things easier by substituting 1/2 h in the place of r. Then all we're going to be dealing with is volume and height, which we want to. And that's what we've got here. So volume equals 1/3 times pi times 1/2 h squared times h. The whole thing, 1/2 h, is getting squared, not just the h. So make sure you have that in parentheses. So the volume equals 1/3 pi times 1/4 h squared times h. You may not need to show that step, but we end up getting 1/12 pi times h cubed. That's our formula that deals with volume and height. We want to take the derivative of that. So dv dt equals 1/12 pi. Remember, that's just a constant, so it stays out in front, times the derivative of this, which is 3h squared dh dt. That 12 and 3, we can simplify. 3/12 becomes 1/4. And we can go ahead and start plugging in some numbers. We know dv dt is 10. We have 1/4 pi times h squared, h is 5, times dh dt. So 10 equals 5 squared is 25 times 1/4 pi, so we get 25 pi over 4 times dh dt. So in order to go ahead and solve for dh dt, we're just going to multiply both sides by the reciprocal of this, so times 4 over 25 pi. So dh dt equals 40 over 25 pi. And we can simplify that to 8 over 5 pi. Or as a decimal, remember when you're putting this in your calculator, you have to divide by that whole denominator. So that means you have to put it in parentheses. And if we do that, we should get about 51 feet per minute. Sorry, I didn't see the decimal on my answer key there. It should be 0.51 feet per minute.